Software and features. We're gonna jump into some cool things. Matt, if you want to jump in here, I know you've had a lot to do with a lot of these, and then I'll jump in on any of them that you want me to touch base on.
Sure, I'd be happy to do that. Yeah, a lot of these things we have mentioned or talked about at some point in time. We have the new financial system rollout. Joe and Sadindra have been working diligently to make sure everything is not only getting rolled out to everybody, but also just perfect, taking any edge case stuff we find and solving for it. So if you have any questions about that, Joe does hold a bi-weekly financial call. It's a great call to be on for any financial questions. Just making sure
Joe,
folks
anything
know
specific? Sorry, Matt. Sorry.
Yeah, actually, I can, you know what? I could probably show something that people are going to love now that
Let's do that. Let's do
think
that.
about it, and if people are going to love something, we should probably show it.
Yeah. So I'll stop sharing. And Matt, sorry for interrupting. I probably should have had Joe start off because it was financial. And then I just tell you to shut up right after you start.
But it is a cool, so we've added something, and I'll share my screen just let me get it pulled up real quick. We've added something to the ledger report that I think is going to be pretty helpful for everyone. Max drum rolling, it seems like.
Nice. I was wondering if people would know what I was doing.
Oh, I know it. Oh, Shud's gonna make me a liar. Matt, keep going. Let me find out what site he has it on.
Yeah, you did a visual.
The next item on the list is the OrderLogic auto print and auto accept. I just want to make sure folks are aware of this. It's a setting inside of the restaurant profile and inside of OrderLogic for the restaurant to turn on as well. So you can flip it on for the restaurant can flip it on themselves. The functionality is so that they don't have to hit the accept button. Instead, the order is just automatically accepted when it's in the confirmed and sent status. And then also if they're using a Bluetooth printer, that's what auto print is referring to, is whether that order will automatically print on the printer or not, in conjunction with the other feature there, the auto accept. So it's just something like if you've got a high volume Thai restaurant that just crushes it and you don't ask any questions, they don't ask any questions. There's never a problem. Turn this thing on, you're groovy. That sort of a situation. You guys know what I mean. The API updates, bottom left corner here, we are still working on a couple of new endpoints and things we're adding to it, but you do now have the ability to hit up locational and restaurant data in there. You can insert all sorts of stuff. So check out on your back end, if you're familiar with how to get to the API endpoints, they're all listed in there. And really, I mean, if you know what you're doing, you can explore that area and be able to inject. Obviously, you've already able to do orders for a long time, but if you ever need to inject restaurant information or locational data, you can now do that as well. The next thing that we'll be working on is menu API endpoints.
Yeah, Matt, Dave's saying you have to upgrade OrderLogic to, just to throw this in there, 6.0.5 or higher for that feature to show. Just wanted to point that out.
And Matt, I am ready to present now.
Heard on all of that. One last thing on OrderLogic that I'll note. I do believe that in the near future, we're going to have it so that you won't have to be updating all the time. We'll be able to do like OTA updates. So that's something that is worth mentioning. As soon as you get to the 605, I believe you're groovy moving forward. So that is all I've got for so far. Back to Joe for the financial.
Yeah.
So we'll just cover, and then we'll just hit you at the end. Sorry, we're a little disorganized here. Yeah. So we'll finish these out. Some of the API endpoint updates, just to touch on them for anybody that has any developers working for them. We're really focusing on making our system as developer friendly as possible. So we've probably added 100 endpoints now. And we will be doing some cool new things with MCP, wrapping those endpoints to make it even easier to do integrations. So yeah, look, if you have any developers, it should be very easy to integrate. We've refined all the descriptions for the endpoints. So just update a lot there. And then glue design updates, Matt, if you want to touch base on those, because
real quick, you mentioned MCP. How many people here, raise your hand if you have no idea what that means?
raise your hand. Yeah. So do you want me to explain what MCP is?
It could be
they
good. Yeah. At
so
least just a little kind of overview so they understand what the strategy, how it benefits.
Yeah, so an MCP, so an API connects external systems and you pass data, whatever, back and forth. So get me, orders for this day, get me driver names, add an order to the system, whatever. So our system at the bottom of your admin, you have the API, which you can interface with your own internal system. And that's what APIX, the APIX orders that we'll go over later, that's what it's called internally. Those send orders and into the system through our APIs. So what MCP does is it essentially takes, let's just say 100 API endpoints, and it puts a big wrapper around them. And that wrapper allows for AI models to just understand what these API endpoints are. And instead of doing integrations, like, let's just say you wanted to integrate with some marketing system like HubSpot or whatever to do automated marketing. Well, you could connect through APIs, or they could have a little widget. But what MCP does, it allows you to connect to any other system that has MCP like that. And essentially their system with their AI model knows exactly how to interface with all these API endpoints and vice versa. Like our system will know how to interact with their system. So with natural language, you could just say, hey, every time this happens, send this to the system, to this external system, or push this to the external system. So it allows for low code programmers or no code programmers, essentially no code individuals, to just connect to exterior systems much easier without having to do integrations and allowing the AI to just do the heavy lift. So that's what MCP is, Model Context Protocol. And it's like the new age API, a lot more efficient and easier to use. Back to you, Matt. Glue updates. If anybody has any questions, raise your hands.
I'm actually going to hit the bottom right corner I have first, exploring efficiencies. So just, mentioning, writing off of Anthony's explanation of a new tool that exists in the world to use, right? Part of the time that we're spending, and I put this in here just to highlight, like, we're not always just focusing on getting things done and the next, task that's written down doing it, right? We're also exploring efficiencies at the same time, especially now more than ever. So there is a percentage of time being spent on, oh, there's a problem. Normally we'd say, oh shit, let's solve it right away, right? But now we're thinking, okay, there's a problem. We're going to solve it. We might take 20% longer in solving for that problem right now, but we're doing so that in the future we can solve it 80% faster. That sort of an equation's going on. Now, as far as the glue designs go, there is a couple of new functions in the website settings. So all the glue stuff can be controlled fully inside of site settings, website settings, subsection. Inside of there, there's just a boatload of settings. I mean, so many. And they do a great job of, if you hover your mouse over the setting, it'll show you exactly what it is that you're going to be, editing. So you can now change things such as the background of the color of the menu, or the little menu buttons. Instead of just being white, they can be whatever you want them to. I've got Anthony thank you for the screen share. And he's in site settings on the left, and you're going to scroll all the way down to the bottom, find website settings. Here is where I'm talking about the plethora of settings available for you to flip around. The newest ones are going to be called, I forget. So this whole thing at the bottom.
If you're talking, you're on mute.
And most of you will have all of this probably in a month and a half. We're still working on some things for Deliver Club, and we're implementing the new elements, the new Stripe elements. But yeah, Matt, as you see, all of these settings, like crazy amounts, all the different colors, But if there's anything specifically in that you want me to show or you want to talk about,
Yeah,
I
for
can go
sure.
to.
I'm gonna assume that probably people haven't been back here too much. So just a slow review of like you're showing the stuff, Anthony, on screen at the top right here is the newest stuff, the Glue apps menu page settings. So if anyone is familiar with this stuff, this is the new stuff. If you're not familiar with it and you're using Glue and you're like, oh, I wish like this little small thing was slightly different on my website design, you can probably accomplish it in here in the website settings area.
Mhm. Okay. I think there are a couple of questions.
Let's see. Hey, and you got Jacques.
Hey, good afternoon. Just quickly, I put in a request for Glue just about a week ago. How long does it take to get that activated?
I believe that the holdup there is that, are you a proper Deliver Club member with Deliver Club memberships and discounts and such?
Yes.
So the holdup right now is for DC members. We don't have the DC membership stuff all baked into the Glue. It is soon going to be done, and then we'll be able to roll Glue people onto our DC folks onto Glue.
Yeah. So, and just to touch on that, so a lot of it actually is done. We're waiting for the new payments, because we have this whole new payments widget that's going to be hitting, hopefully in a couple of weeks. And that's been a huge project for about 2 months. And so we didn't want to convert Glue clients over until that was done, because a lot of the payments elements have to go into memberships and all of that. So hopefully within, I would say 2 months, everybody from Glue should be completely, I mean, everybody is going to be switched to Glue.
Gotcha.
Everybody on the platform. But yeah.
You can, 90% of people, I think 99% of clients right now can go manually to your front end, just hoppermaui.com,
Yeah.
put /glue at the end of it, and you'll see the Glue version of your site. If you go and you manipulate the settings in the website settings area, you will see those updated. So you can kind of prepare yourself if you want to, is what I'm trying to say. Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Dave.
I think that should do it. Yeah, there you go.
Just wanted to say, if Ant goes back to that screen, the Glue website,
Yep.
there's a pop out. They can make changes on that page, and at the very top of that page is the website settings page.
Oh, gotcha.
Scroll up.
Mhm.
Oh, wait, see where it says view website? They can make changes to that page and then click that button, and it'll take them and show them a
Oh, this
preview.
right here.
Yes, sir.
All right. Yeah, if you click that, it'll show you. So you can go in here, make any changes you want, like Dave is saying, all of these settings. And then if you go to view website, you'll see the update. So, and then of course you can go back to the home page. Thanks, Dave.
You're sharing tabs, so it didn't show when you clicked on it.
Gotcha. Yeah. Thank you.
Yeah, so been really looking heavily at how to make those most recent updates we've made to the Glue settings are, I mean, in my opinion, you can really make something super custom. You can get to your desire. So if you guys have any questions on that stuff, hit me up. But that is my summary of the Glue design updates at this time.
Okay. Thank you. Joe, if you want to screen share.
Sure. Alrighty, so most of you are familiar with the ledger report. That's the new main report that you should be using. Has a list of all the orders and stuff that done that day, and then it has the actual ledger where it shows like all the money movement for that day, showing who was paid, how much they were paid, and then again at the bottom, anything if there's a balance to bring forward or if you're getting a deposit or whatever. So we've actually added this section to the top, which I think is going to be very helpful for everyone. So this just shows you the total credit cards captured on that day. If there's a carryover balance, it shows you that balance, and then it shows you the total dollar amount available for payouts. And then as you scroll down, now it's going to show how those funds were distributed. So you've got like this real nice shortened, like abbreviated section of all the payouts. So it just shows like, oh, your running balance, you started with 4082. You had cash advances, which brought you down to 2032. You had platform service fees, which brought you down to 1500. Old debts were paid, and then then the remaining balances are brought forward, and then it shows you the RDS balance brought forward and the unpaid balances brought forward. Does anyone know why, even though there's about balances left to be paid, why there's still an RDS balance to be brought forward? It's a nice little trick question for anyone who's been on the calls and is familiar with the system. Anyone know? Raise your hand if you do. Nobody? All right, good. Then it was a good question. So that the reason is we don't partially pay any entity for any order, right? So in other words, if you have $6 left and the least amount owed to any entity is $7, that $6 just carries to the next day, right? So there's no partial payments, but in the end, we know you owe more than you have, so we're just bringing that on to the next day. So I hope that makes sense. And then, I think the big thing here is now if we look at this for like a week, it's going to give you like a quick snapshot of the whole week, right? So 23,000, and on the last day, so on the 10th, 103 was brought over from the 9th. So that leaves 23,490. Here's everything that was done, and then here's the remaining balance that's going to be rolled forward. So just something that we think will be very helpful. If anyone has any questions, please let me know, and we'll be having the call next week. So we'll go over this a little more then, because it should be released by then.
Any questions on that? All righty. Let's continue on. On deck, some software features. The Google Reviews Booster rework. Matt, if you want to touch base on...
Can you reshare?
Yes, I can. Thank you. I'm going to share my entire screen so I can just... There we go.
What were you saying? Sorry about that.
The Google Reviews Booster.
I'm going to kick that to Nicola.
Yeah,
Okay.
sure. So right now we're finalizing a couple of things for the Google Review Booster and the behavior of it. The main goal is to get it really upgraded and designed for Glue, and making sure that it works properly for the Glue design. And then also in the future, we're going to implement some kind of automation, so where it's kind of set it and forget it type of deal, where you're not going to have to worry about it for each individual restaurant, and it's just going to be a much bigger value for you and for your restaurant partners. We're about 90% of the way through with making sure that it properly works on both old and Glue design. We have a minor thing that we need to fix next week, and then once that is done, there's going to be future improvements for this. And this is just going to really bring value to you as an RDS, because the customers that leave reviews are going to mention your RDS, and then also you're going to be able to get locational and restaurant reviews, meaning locational, meaning for your business as an RDS, as well as the restaurants themselves. So that's currently the plan. We're just making sure that we just want to make sure that it fully works properly before we release it to everybody.
Matt.
Yep, that last little piece is exactly what I was gonna trigger there, Nicola, was locational will be operational as well as restaurant level. So we had this operational and functional at one point. We brought it back to the drawing board because I forget exactly what happened, but it stopped working the way we intended for it to work. And we're going to re-release it, and it'll work with restaurants, and it'll work on for your locational level as well. I think that's what we heard last time we rolled it out, was why would I want to do this for my restaurants? I want to do this for my delivery service. So both are applicable, reasonable pathways.
And then we will add app reviews as well to it. That's going to be the next piece. So further improvements to the new payment system. Joe, do you want to go over anything else?
No, I mean, we're just working on some reporting now and just some fail safes and stuff like that. So there's, everyone's on now, so there's no more launches. So now we're just really in upgrade and maintenance mode. So, but it seems like things are running very, very smoothly. So it's good.
Good to hear. And then I will show this video. So here's the Stripe elements, and then I'm gonna have to share this tab instead. So
of the new payment system. So we're gonna go to a restaurant and add some items to our cart. And then open the cart, and you'll see here that it automatically detects if you've got digital wallet available. If so, it'll automatically select that. Especially if it's your first time. If it's not your first time, it'll select your last payment. But here you can select what you want. Google Pay is the first one. Obviously, if I was on Apple, I would see Apple Pay, and then you can add a card. Cash is available right now for this specific app, but it may not be on yours. And then we have Cash App, we have Amazon Pay, we have a whole bunch of different methods that we're able to toggle on and off. And then if you want to go to your saved cards, you'll see those here. You can select those as well, and then place your order, or you can go back and get back into any digital wallet that you want to use.
so there you have it. Any questions on that? I think this is an enormous update, and it's going to be extremely wonderful for conversion rates and abandoned cart rates. What's up, Jock?
Is PayPal one of those, or planning to be one of those payments?
PayPal and what? I don't know. What was the other one?
Or I don't know. PayPal is
Like-
the one I get.
Yeah, like
PayPal.
Venmo or something. Yeah, PayPal and Venmo are actually a separate company. Maybe they'll be available, but Stripe and like PayPal are competitors. So yeah, right now it's Amazon Pay, Cash App, which is huge. Amazon Pay, of course, is huge. Google Pay and Apple Pay are going to be all of the ones. Now, the other thing that wasn't mentioned in that video is that this will work on a mobile phone, your apps, and desktop, right? So if you're on a mobile browser, you don't have to have the app, and it's still going to automatically detect Google, load your Google Pay for you. So it's like, how quickly can we just boom, get them to just hit that button, check out? That was our biggest goal. Miss Magoo.
So at Cash App, I have a concern. As in Car Hop, I have 5 orders from one customer that won't batch, and she used her Cash App card.
That is like a credit card issue, and that's something different that we're going to have to look at. But yes, understood. We will be working on all of that, like, and we can take a look at that. So if I'm guessing you submitted your ticket already?
I didn't submit a ticket. I'm trying to work with the customer, of course, but she hasn't called me back. But it's 5 orders right in a row, and they will not batch out. And she admitted that it was her Cash App card, and she moved the money. After it authorized it, she said she moved the money, and now I can't get it to batch and collect.
Yeah, so we'll take a look at that. I do think that with these digital wallets, actually, you get the money or it settles quicker. I think it doesn't do an off, maybe, or I'm not exactly sure. We'll have to look
That's
into
what
it.
I was just wondering, if it collects it sooner with this than her using her card.
Yeah, the digital wallets are usually better than.
I think these are 2
cards.
different things, Ant. One is
Yeah, they are.
Yeah, just to be clear, Cash App provides a credit card, like where you can move your Cash App money to, right? And this consumer was using that. We're talking about a straight pipe into Cash App where it's just pulling the funds directly from Cash App. So there isn't like, they can't move them back out. That's it. It's done.
That's what I just wanted to make sure of.
Yeah.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Any other questions on that? Go on to Facebook, praise Colby. It's been like a month and a half, 2 months I've been working on it. But it's great to have him on the project because he truly understands what a consumer wants and he makes it as easy for people to check out. So we'll probably have him doing some more features on Glue. Order logic improvements, consolidating functions for restaurants. Matt, did you want to touch on these?
Yeah, I don't have anything specific on that. I just wanted to make people aware that we kind of have planned to, right now we have some restaurants will have our restaurant user login. Some will have a merchant access login. Some will just be going to their order logic, But what we want is to merge all functionality that we have everywhere out there for restaurants in both the order logic and like a more simplified web iteration that they can get to all of the stuff from any of the spots, right? So kind of like a 6-monther or something, but just wanted to put it on people's radar that we're aware of the need and going to be working on it.
Appreciate it. All righty. We got next POS integrations. Back to you, Matt.
Yeah, the basic on this one, I think that I'm getting everyone through as quickly as anyone's ever gotten through these things. The number one name of the game is trying to get the login information to the restaurant's point of sale prior to really, signing up on my end. So it's like, if they express, hey, I want to do this thing, you ask them, oh, great, what's your point of sale? What sort of point of sale do you use? And can you provide me the logins for that, or create me some sort of an agency login or a temporary login? Some have that. But if you get that and you can be part of the communication shortly after you sign up, almost within a few days, maximally like a week or so, if you put a form in with us for the POS request form, you'll be getting an email along with the restaurant email address that you provided, and as well as the either Checkmate or Charlie connect there. I also put several people from our team on there, Dave and Kashane, sometimes Brian. If you participate in that email thread, it'll also get done faster. So just kind of push your restaurants through that as best you can. And that's all I've got there. So looks like, oh, cool. I put numbers up here. It actually tells me who's first and second now.
Yeah, it's great. Yeah.
That's neat. Hopper.
Jock.
Hey, great, Matt. I always appreciate you getting it done quickly. One question, if I get all that login information, which I haven't been doing, but if I do that, do you still need to get on the phone with the restaurateur?
Charlie can get it done without speaking to them if we make it clear that we want to avoid speaking to them. Okay. If we have that login information. What the next question that he'll end up asking them is what categories they would like to be piped through. And because a lot of times the restaurants have extra categories for nonsense that they don't want available on online ordering. So if you can get the answer to perhaps what categories they don't want to pipe through, as opposed to which they do, oftentimes the list of don't is smaller than do, then we can provide that information as well, potentially getting ahead of that. Checkmate, they're pretty rough in general.
Checkmate, I don't care of it.
Same.
They're dead, Jim. Thanks.
Yes, sir. Yeah, Charlie's the route forward. If you have any option currently, Charlie's the route. Yep, Dusty, what you got?
Yeah, I got a couple integrations done. I think or 2 or 3 last week, and but I wanted to run the test orders myself with the restaurant. Kashane was gonna attempt it really quick, but I forgot to even tell him that I got it done. Is that a big deal? I wasn't sure if it was for billing on your end or something.
No, if depending on where it got to so far, as long as it's working, Dusty, if it's working, then billing's going to be in place as well. So
okay.
you're groovy. If you want to like drop me those restaurant names or anything, I can loop back through, make sure any like remaining loose ends are tied up.
I don't think there's any loose ends on anything, but I'll probably be doing a couple more next week, and I should be finished with everything.
Yeah, Dusty, I'll highlight that you're definitely, I think probably on the RDS side, there's 2 or 3 guys that really are able to do these things in bulk action. Like, hey man, I need these 6 done. And then like they are done actually by like the next week, you know? So you do,
smooth, yeah. It's very smooth, yeah.
Whatever you're doing on your side as well. I mean, are you just taking the actions kind of that I'm highlighting here, or is there anything additional that you're doing to result in that success?
No, it's exactly that. I act as the restaurant owner on the call, and you know, I just handle it, you know, and then we run the test order. Actually, I think I was working with Christina. It was last week, and yeah, so she just you know, she verified that it was working through the Chally connection and DeliverLogic and all that, or not DeliverLogic, but Chally to the restaurant. And then I hung up the phone with her, and then I called the restaurant owner, said, hey, let's do a test order real quick. Boom, here we go. Everybody loved the ticket, and then live. So pretty quick.
Beautiful. Yeah. Once you're kind of linked in with either Lucas or Christina at the Chally level, it's wonderful. Christina showed up on the scene not too long ago, and she's helping things move pretty smoothly. So
Yeah.
I appreciate her efforts.
Yeah, for sure.
Okay, nice. Appreciate that, guys. Anything else? Alrighty. Dispatch and support. So news, we will be bringing on Noah he'll be full-time in I think a week. And so everybody knows a lot of his comp schedule is based on just strictly performance and numbers. So we've given him some great numbers to hit. We're going to be working on some dashboards so he can monitor satisfaction of calls, of chats, you know, time to first order, all those type of things. And he will be on full time. So we look to increase our customer support in the next couple of weeks. You should see a big difference, which I don't think things have dropped off tremendously, but we want to make sure we're actually pushing the needle and bettering ourselves every month, every day. So some KPIs, we dispatched about 10,600 orders, which was like, you know, a big increase from the month before, which June and July are usually our slowest months. On time percent, 52%. And then average delivery time dropped a little bit. So there's a little bit of an improvement. Of course, our goal is to get down to 35 minutes. And that's what we shoot for. So top operators, drum roll. Cool new slides here.
Here we go.
Whoosh delivery at 41 minutes. Average distance is 33.4 miles. And the average DC distance is 3.2 miles. Their automated restaurant volume is 55%, which is pretty damn amazing. They have a different business model, but it works for them. Number 2, Hopper Maui, 38.5 minutes. For deliveries, average distance 2.8 compared to the 3.2 average, 90% automation. Congrats, Jock. I hope you like that little
pineapple and
graphic there.
Yes.
Yeah. Did that just for you. And then the top is 541 to go at 37 minutes, 1.6 miles on the distance, and 51% automated restaurant volume. So they have very short delivery distances, which of course helps them with their deliveries. So that's what we have for the top operators. Now, some current opportunities. You know, we posted this on Facebook, but the Apex orders, there is a YouTube link out there on how to use the API, Apex, JotForm, Zapier, all of that essentially you can hook up any order source to be sent into our system for a DSP delivery. Jock just started doing these. He's having success with this. So we'll stop right now, answer any question on what these APIX orders are, what they mean for you. If anybody works with Nash doing catering orders for Easy Cater, or just any orders piping through Nash, if you're using a secondary system like Ship Day or Cartwheel or whatever, you can use our system absolutely free. There is no charge for any of these orders. So if you want to get set up with that, let us know. Nash, if you're working with Nash, they already know how to get you set up, so you don't really need to reach out to us. They can handle everything on their end. Dusty.
So yeah, so this is then fully functional to take those Easy Cater orders and come into DL, and no issues with like drivers taking pictures. So we have to take a picture at when we pick up the food, and then at drop off.
So we might have, so you can ask Nash if they have that capability. If they don't, they should have that capability with our new API endpoints. I'll look. If they say they don't, I'll make sure that we can pass those photos back. If they don't, we'll get that done. I know that's one of the biggest things, and that's probably a day or two of a project at the most.
And then
for Nash to access that.
The drivers would use the DeliverLogic app.
Yeah, and the photos would just be sent to them. They could pull the photos for every order.
Okay.
Right. No, currently they do require pictures on drop off, and it goes through. It's a different way. It's forced. Drivers must take pictures of drop off, not for pickup. So it's something we don't. Yeah, it's something we don't require, but it's something new that we had to start because of these orders coming in.
So you're getting Easy Cater orders, Jacques?
They're not Easy Cater. No, we're getting they're through Nash. It's still through Nash, but they're the restaurants are turning on quote unquote self-delivery, and then they bid them out to the lowest RDS. So we're taking over that area, so to speak.
Okay. Yeah. And you say, so this is free, huh, Anthony?
Yeah.
That's cool.
So just let me know. I mean, as long as, of course, you're a client, but yeah, people can't just like onboard to our system and pay nothing, right? So if you are, but yeah, whatever you need, Dusty, let me know. I mean, we already have the integration. So if there's one or two things that we still need to pipe through, then I'll make sure we get that done, in the next week or whatever.
Well, let me tell you just a couple little small things about how I'm operating it currently through Cartwheel. So for example, I mean, I'll get orders that come onto my dispatch board as far back as 7 days from the due date. Okay. So, I mean, I know we can get advanced orders in DeliverLogic. And then I go in and assign drivers. I'll assign them 7 days out, and all that stuff. I don't suppose that's not going to be an issue in DeliverLogic. No.
They're going to be in there just like they're in there. You manage them.
You would just go to future orders and drag someone over that you want.
Yeah, it's all good. Okay. All right. I'll talk to Nash about this, because I would probably need to do that, like switch my Easy Cater orders coming in, and then whatever they got, like on same day. Like I could set it up with all my driver crew and say, hey, after Friday we're going to be done with Cartwheel. On Monday we're doing DeliverLogic, sort of thing. Because I don't get orders on Saturdays and Sundays. So
okay. Yeah, and the other thing you could do is if you have a couple of different locations, you can you can set up one location just to test it or whatever. And if you work with Nash, they can just send some test orders in and do all of that, make sure it's all fine and dandy. You can set up the fake orders. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Sweet. They should be able to help you out with that. Yeah.
Damn, that's awesome.
So,
okay, cool.
Yeah, test that out and then let me know if you need anything else. I'll check to see if we have the photo aspect in our API right now. And if not, we'll have to get that done.
They were having some problems with like Cartwheel. This came up this week with something with bad restaurant locations. The Cartwheel system also giving bad timestamps and reporting bad metrics back to ARM or back to EasyCater and all that stuff. So I don't know. It might be something that's like not a problem inside DeliverLogic, right? Because Cartwheel's not such a high level system.
Well, I mean, they have a great system. We don't know much, but in the end, our thing is if you guys can operate off one system and save money doing it, it probably saves you time and money. So regardless of what they're doing, we just think we can provide you all the best product for.
Yes. Yeah. And Joe, that's good to mention. Dusty, just so you know, it's not this altruistic thing for us. Our goal is to make our clients as profitable as possible so they can continue to expand. And if you're doing the DSP model and you have restaurant relationships, we want you to sign those restaurants up for online ordering, right? Just like you did with Breckenridge Ale, we're trying to close them still.
Oh,
but that's the goal,
Oh, yeah. Well, yeah. Okay. One more thing. So I guarantee my drivers on all the DSP, I'm guaranteeing them $25 an order. So, I mean, that's easy to edit, right? And if the order came into DeliverLogic before I send to the driver.
Yeah, because I think Jock would know. Right. Watch this. I'm gonna do a little presentation.
Seems like any other order.
Just any other order. Yep. Just go in and probably just edit the order and do a credit for $15 if I get only a $10 tip, right?
Right. They don't see it on they wouldn't see it on the Nash side, but it's our payroll, so it doesn't matter there.
Sure. Okay. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
so
sure.
you guys.
I'm looking forward to testing.
Okay, great. Yeah, Jock. I mean, you're great at communicating, but let us know if there's anything. I know you already sent some things that hopefully Devin will get a ticket created from those. If he doesn't by next week, we'll put somebody else on it. Devin jumps in from time to time to help out. He has his own business and he doesn't work for us anymore, but of course he's still kind of in some of our channels and will help out from time to time. So I'll try to move that along. We have the AI voice ordering. We're still in beta test mode. Once again, you can spin up an AI voice assistant for any of your restaurants. If you're interested, raise your hand. I'll drop the link in, but really you just enter in your URL, the restaurant ID, click create a demo bot. It'll create a demo bot for you with that restaurant's information, all of the menu, everything. You can place as many test orders as you want. You could show the restaurant. And yeah, it's just an extra way to make money because the way that we make money is off the software tip on the order. So if you want to go to that restaurant and say, hey, listen, I'll take all your orders for you for $1 an order. Customers paying us the software tip, you're making an extra $1. You can get more delivery orders. So you could price it out at whatever you want. You would just create a brand new menu for them or a brand new restaurant with different pricing structure, because I'm sure like if you're just taking their call-in orders that people are calling in, they most likely don't want to pay 20% or something. But if they do, great, make 20% off of them. And then, yeah, we can get you set up. So if you have any questions on that and you want to test it out, reach out to me. Dusty.
Yeah. So since I'm doing all my own dispatching right now for the EasyCater stuff, my ass is glued to the seat from about 9 to noon, unfortunately. So then if I have them coming into DeliverLogic, I can have the DeliverLogic dispatch team. Can I have it set up to where if the RMDA EasyCater dispatch guys, if they contact about an issue, they would contact the DL dispatcher and ask them to figure out what's going on? Yeah,
those you're going to get charged dispatch and support
that's
fee.
Fine. That's totally cool.
But yeah, we have to talk about how that's going to be handled because that's a whole new SOP that we're going to have to figure out. So if that's something you want to do,
We'll talk.
I'm sure I can get you with Noah. Yeah, we'll figure it out.
Okay,
But yeah,
great.
I like that. I actually like that because that's another reason that people would want to convert over, so their ass doesn't have to be in a seat managing that stuff, and we can manage it for them. So,
Yeah,
and then we'll
figure
make
that
a
out.
$1.35 an order or whatever. You know,
I'm totally
I'll
cool.
just
with
make
it.
something.
Mhm. Great.
Okay. Somebody else had their hand raised, I thought. Jeremiah. And he said, screw you, I'm out. Anybody else? And there's Jeremiah back. Jeremiah, are you with us? Do you
Yeah,
have
sorry.
microphone?
I had
All
mine
good.
raised. I had mine raised because I want that code, but that was it. I just left it up. For the robot.
What was that?
I just wanted the link for the phone ordering.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I'll
I
send
just
that
forgot
to
to
you.
take my hand out.
I can grab it, Anthony.
Okay. Do you know which one it is though, Nicola? The one for live clients? I'll grab it.
Okay.
But thank you. Let me grab it.
I know I shared one last time and it was proper, but I don't know if you guys changed something in the last 2 weeks.
Yeah, let me just grab it. Sorry, guys. It's extremely cool. And I'm going to actually I'm going to do a screen share and just show how to use it because I think it is important. There we go. Live clients.
You're sharing it on, if you want to screen share, then you're still on.
Yeah, I'm going to do it now. Okay,
Sure.
so this is it. This is the link, and I will drop it in chat. So there it is. And just to briefly go over what you do, and there's a video here that explains it, but I'll just explain it really quick. You would type your name and information in here because it's going to send the bot to whoever puts their information in here. You're then going to put the name of the restaurant here. You're going to put your website URL like this exactly, right? https:// your domain / that's it. That's all you need to do. And then you get your restaurant, your RID, which your RID, you know where they are, but they're right there. And you drop that in here. And if you click demo, it's going to set up a demo bot. If you click live, it'll actually post orders to your live dispatch board. So this one we'll set it up so it's just demo orders, and it'll just text you a link, or it'll text you. This will actually post them to your system. Any questions on that? Matt Hanley, what's up?
That spot in that drop down where it was showing the RID to the far right of the restaurant profile. I don't believe that the RID, I'm not positive, but I think that RID value does not display to the client logged in account.
Really? It's only to us.
I believe so. Somebody would
That
have to
makes no
verify that
sense.
for me.
Okay.
Or I can
Well, if so-
verify that myself right now, rather.
Yeah. Okay. Well, hopefully you know how to get your RIDs. If not, let us know. And I think it's like when you're on a restaurant, if you load them in your URL will show their RID. But you know what? Let me go ahead and do a little presentation of something pretty cool. So this is what we've been working on in the background. And I'm just going to go ahead and say, how do I find my RIDs? Now, this is different than the one on your admin. This right here is going to start this automation, which this is the automation. You'll see it start in a second. See how it's running? This has access to our complete code base. So this is a project we've been working on for about 3 months. And it's going to allow us to essentially solve any bug issue, answer any question, and code up any feature 10 times quicker. because this goes into all of our code bases and it analyzes everything. It can create code for us. It's extremely, extremely powerful. So I'll go back here. Once this says it's done running, it'll actually respond. And you guys may not realize this, but this is the best thing of this entire presentation today, hands down. So like, and I'll show you what it does. So look, if I want to drive a new way for drivers to sign themselves up in the DeliverLogic and to ensure it syncs with the RDS code, which is the main backend, what would you suggest? So then it spits out objective, all this information. It goes into our code base. It analyzes how you should build this out, what the end deliverable is, what the acceptance criteria is. And then I said, great, create a task for me in Jira. It then pulls this Jira, all of our different projects in Jira. I say, great, build a task. It builds this, this ticket for me in Jira, which I'll then share this tab. This is like a work of art, guys. This is like the most amazing thing. Builds this ticket, everything, acceptance criteria. Then I go in here, as you can see, it's created by our AI code assistant. I go in here and I tag it with help. When I tag it with help, we have another AI assistant that actually goes and it finds all the code and it codes up what is needed to add this new feature or to fix a bug or whatever. So this is what we've been working on. Extremely, extremely, extremely powerful. And we're going to be able to add to our code base so much faster. As you see here, it answered my question. It pulls the code that shows where the RID, and then at the end it says RIDs are unique numbers identifying each restaurant used internally. If you're a restaurant owner or manager, you can find the RID by logging in, going to the RDS under the restaurant management, viewing your restaurant profile. The RID is typically displayed in the URL or in details, something like this. If you manage multiple locations, just go, I mean, it's pretty damn, it's amazing. And get ready, because the next like 6 months is going to be the amount of bugs we're going to squash, the amount of questions we can answer. I'm talking about, I took a ticket that somebody was like, hey, when this is happening, we noticed that this isn't being passed to DoorDash. It was a ticket that Chomp submitted. I tagged it with help. Instead of us having to verify if it was an issue, boom, it just goes into the code and it's like, yeah, these pieces of information are not past the DoorDash. This is, if you want to pass them, this is exactly the code you need to add, and we could just add it. So we probably have another like month of refining this system. We're already using it, but the amount of tickets we're going to be able to squash, the amount of bugs, the amount of features, everything, this is like next level craziness. And I don't think too many companies have this. So this has been a little baby that we've been working on for like 3 months. And we're probably just going to add it, that little admin help desk. We're just going to start using our own system instead of this third party, because it's our entire code base. It'll just be able to answer any question. You can ask it how to set anything up and it'll tell you, because it knows it better than anybody in our company. So it's crazy. That's my excitement for the day. That's what keeps me excited and up at night. Okay, so open discussion. Anybody want to talk about anything? Bring it up. We love to discuss. Did I drop that URL in there? I don't think I did I? I dropped that in there for you. Order on the way. And Jeremiah had their hands raised. Order on the way.
Yeah, I just got a question. Like you were saying earlier, if you want to make $1 on each one of these AI orders, you go to the restaurant, set everything up. You guys make your money off the software fee. But the problem I'm seeing is the credit cards go through us. Is that correct? So when a customer places the order, we're paying the credit card charges. So what I'm thinking is, doesn't that mean we have to go to the restaurant with a percentage? Like say we could do it for 6%, and that includes
100%. 100%. Yeah, you brought this up last time and I forgot about it. But yeah, that's a good point. I keep on forgetting that. And you know what? I'll probably say the same thing and forget next month. So y'all can correct me again. I'm sorry for that. But yeah, you're spot on. Yeah, you have to tell them credit card fees plus a buck or whatever. Now you can do cash orders. So you can do that. They don't have to pay credit card fees.
Wouldn't that just make it harder to figure out though? Or am I wrong?
No, it just flows into your system like a regular cash order. And with the new payment system, it just deducts it from them. You get paid for it.
Okay. All right.
Yeah. Jeremiah?
Yeah, just wanted to see, make sure you guys all know, but I knew Nikolai responded to a ticket I had on it. But the tip issue where people are putting in tips, and then if they edit the order, it removes the tips. So we're still seeing that go on a lot.
Okay.
Do you have so I didn't check the ticket back again, but are you able to recreate that yourself consistently or no?
Yeah, I mean it's across the board for everyone. You like it. So
Nicola,
if you
give me the ticket. Sorry, Jeremiah.
Yeah.
I'm going to show you how to fix the issue right now.
Yeah.
We just need to stop thinking of, can we recreate it? I'm going to show you how to fix it. We don't even have to recreate it. It's going to say, this is exactly the reason why this happens, and this is how you fix it. So give me the link to that ticket, and we'll do it right now. But yeah, we'll get that fixed for you, Jeremiah. I'm going to humor myself by showing how this works and how amazing it is.
Yeah,
we got you.
It's been bright. It was an old ticket that Devin said it was duplicated in another ticket, so I don't know which one you would want.
Yeah, either of them. And then while we're waiting for that, voice AI is activated. When voice AI for the restaurant, does the customer get a link to pay beforehand? Yeah, they can. It depends on what you have that restaurant set up for. If you have them set up for if pay on pickup, it'll say, do you want to pay it, when you arrive at the restaurant? So depending on the payment type, if not, it'll send them a payment link. And it goes in as a pending order. And then when they pay it, then it goes in as a confirmed order. Nicola, did you find that?
I'm looking.
Okay. Well, does anybody have anything else? And of course, you feel free to drop off if you want to see the system, figure out the issue with Jeremiah's app and the tipping for Glue. Stay on to witness it. Matt beat Nicola to trying to find that ticket. Anybody else have anything? There it is. We got it. So here's the ticket. The customer selects tip, then changes, tip remains. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go in here and I'm just going to edit it. So this is, it's weird. For the Glue app. So the system will know to go into the Glue app. And I'm just going to go ahead and I'm going to tag this with help. Component, is it this? Where's the
probably label?
Where is the label?
Under more fields, go down.
Yep.
More fields. It's the first one there.
Boom. Okay, help. Now, this is a whole nother automation. So what this is going to do is it's going to take everything, and I didn't even refine this that much. And we'll just see if it could take Jeremiah's brief description and come up with a fix. So I'm going to go back to this automation, and you will see that this is now running for 28 seconds. And it's starting this entire automation. And then once this is done, I will show you. Where is it? Right here. Is it already done? No, that was something else. Was that ticket? Nope. This one, nope. There it is. Okay. So you will see a comment will be left right here. And hopefully it'll figure it out. So it's been running for a minute. So this usually takes about 2 to 3 minutes because it's actually going into all of our code. It's analyzing what's going on. It's figuring out a solution to the problem. It's then coding up the solution. And then it's sending it back.
So this is your guys' AI?
Yes.
Cool.
And so the thing, Dusty, that so it's like we could have started implementing a bunch of AI features for our clients, right? But what we did is we said, no, let's not do that yet. Let's go ahead and implement AI into the foundation of everything we have for all of our technology. Once that's on point, we can squash bug fixes. We can come up with new features, add new AI stuff for our clients 20 times faster than we could, right?
Yeah.
So we've been working on the foundation for like 3 months. And then new features and bug fixes and all that stuff should be squashed much quicker, like I said. So yeah, this is still running 22 minutes and 30 seconds so far. It should probably stop in about a minute or 30 seconds or so, as you see. And what this is doing right now, so I'll show you real live. This is going into RDS Logic, which is your main admin, Glue, which is our Glue app, Order Logic, if you guys can see this, which is of course our Order Logic app, and Driver Logic. So it can ensure that it's creating a holistic solution and it's checking everything to make sure that all code bases are thought about. And so now you'll see here, you guys can still, if you guys bear with me, still here, boom, fix the bug, the Glue app or the customer. Now this may or may not have found it. The current tip handling, blah, blah, blah. It and overwrites. So it says right here, in refresh cart, the code maps the order calls, get order quote, and overwrites the order info, order driver tip option, and related fields with values from the quote response. This is how to fix it. Boom. So, well, this is the code before it, and then this is the code after and how to fix it. I mean, come on. Come on.
And then so now it's fixed, or you guys got to like hit save?
No, so now we have to get a developer to look at it, implement. So the goal is,
They can't
Dusty,
write to the database, Dusty. Like they can just tell us like, hey, here's what you have, here's what you need. Then a developer has to go in and implement that basically.
Got it. Play with it
right now.
Yeah.
Okay. So, but the goal is for it to be able to deploy to a test instance. So then we can just test it, and then also have AI test it out automatically. Like our goal, we set a goal within 6 months. We have to be able to go from a ticket or an idea to a ticket being created by AI that's in our system, to developing the code, to deploying it, and to testing it and deploying it, like automated, right? And that's what we're focused on. So,
that's pretty slick, dude.
Crazy.
That's awesome. So like the way that should work is if they put an amount in there, it should just leave that amount when they edit the cart. Or if it's a percentage, it's just redo the percentage if they edit the cart.
Right.
We just get a lot of friction with that because people are.
I think you could respond to the bot and say, "Can you make sure it right?" Can't you respond to it and say, "Can you make sure?"
We'll see what it's we'll see what it's saying, how to fix it. Before front end preserve tip. implementation strategy, preserve tip, type, option amount, before calling, order, quote, then restore after, recalculating amount for percentage, other tips based on new totals to handle changes like delivery fee updates from address, time adjustments. This avoids overwrite from quote response while keeping calculations accurate. You know, we'll have a programmer look at it and analyze it. But yeah.
Yeah, just fixing this would solve a lot of issues we've been having.
Okay.
We get a lot of people that are, you know, our drivers go, "Hey, would you like to tip?" And then they're like, "I did tip." And the driver's like, "Well, you did if you'd like to." And then people complain and write nasty reviews. Don't use this.
Yeah. So, Nicola, grab that ticket and we'll talk about it tomorrow.
Heard.
I also want to see what the developers say about that coding solution to it.
Gotcha.
But hopefully you guys are attentive, as excited as what this means as I am. So yeah. Any other questions or comments?
All good here.
All righty. Well, Dusty, Jock, let me know what you need from the Apex Nash stuff. Easy Cater. Try to knock that out.
Do I just
by
email
the end of next week?
You want me to just email Jeff Sass?
Yeah, just figure it out with him, and then if you don't mind, just
Yeah.
putting in a ticket and sending me the ticket so we have it.
Sure, we'll do.
All right then.
Okay, thanks, gentlemen. Have a good day.
Thank you.
All right, everybody, have a good one.
All right.
Thanks, guys.